we good to go? We might be good to go. What are the audio levels like? A little quiet. I don't get it. So if I start talking at a normal audio level, I almost peak out the mic. However, if I drop my volume like even a tiny bit, I'm suddenly inaudible. What is happening? Hey there, TB Fish. How are you doing today? Good to see you here. It's our boy Zombie Racer. Did we get to see you last week or did we miss you? I recognize that name. By the way, I'm going to make the lobby. I'm just going to go ahead and get the show on the road because we are starting a little bit late. Fashionably late, as always. I had to go out today in the morning, which is weird. I never leave my cave on the weekend. Bury myself into a blanket burrito. I'm so confused. There we go. Keyboard controls are weird. Oh, I'm currently offline. That explains a problem. That explains many problems, actually. I was wondering why this wasn't working. Thing else. I forget. What of course. Why won't things just work? SG is the peak of fashionable. Absolutely. Impeccable art. You guys hear the news about, what's her face? I keep wanting to call her Kinu Cakes, because that's her name. Twitter name thing. Why am I forgetting her name? Mariel Cartwright. There we go. Mariel Cartwright. Sure, her sketchbook got banned from Anime Apex or something. She's the lead animator of Skullgirls. Apparently there were a couple of nudes, and even though she's been selling the books for like years at that convention, somebody basically said, if I can't have nudes on my art, why can't she? And then her book got banned, and it kind of sucks. On the bright side, that means she's selling it online now, which is kind of cool. Okay, here, copy here, we should be able to go. Put that there, put this here, and then I'm gonna assume my audio is fine. If there are any audio issues, please let me know. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Skullgirls Get Gr8. What we do here is we try to match you up against a relatively even opponent and give you constructive criticism on your play. Hopefully there are a few extra audience members because we do have a couple of open lobbies this week, I believe. I might have to double check. I'll check on that later. Yeah, we'll go ahead and get the show on the road. Audio levels seem fine. If you see any audio issues, please let me know right of the way, because I can't figure that out on my own. I need your guys' feedback. So first up, I'm going to go ahead and look at the beginner bracket. I believe it's like an open lobby thing. I would like someone to fight this person in the open lobby. Even if you're in lower intermediate, that's fine. Just lower intermediate, high beginner. I would like that kind of player against TB Fish. Well, Zombie Eraser, now's your chance. Want to join? Use this Steam link and join. And fight TB Fish, aka the Blinded Fish. As soon as you two enter this lobby, then we'll do the thing. Dama Eraser, there's no such thing as someone that's good at this game. I assure you, everyone sucks. That's the Steam lobby link. You can either join by right-clicking my name and clicking join game, or you can put but you have to be on my buddy list to be able to do that because Steam sucks. If you put that link in your browser, then it automatically triggers Steam to invite you. You figured it out. Yeah, so Fire Axe, what we do here is we try to match you up against an even opponent, but because we try to do that, we need you to sign up in advance. There's another open lobby coming up. If you are a like upper intermediate level player, then we have an open lobby for you. Otherwise, you have to wait till next week. Sorry. Sign-ups go live after the stream, usually, maybe in a couple of days. But every week we send out sign-ups on our Twitter, our Steam forum, our Skullheart forum, and the Reddit. And if you join, or I mean, if you want to sign up, go ahead and sign up there, and then we'll make sure you're here next week. I believe if you do get !get great into chat, Moobot will give you a link to all those things. You also have a Twitter, you can follow that here. There you go. That should be everything. You might be able to join anyway. Unless Eraser can get in here. Potato Computer Man. I have no idea who that is. Is that Eraser? Eraser, is that you? That is you. Excellent. Go ahead and ready up, and then you two can fight. I'll provide constructive criticism on both of you, as I do. That's what we do here. I have a feeling when there's like a frog in your throat, where like something's like pushing up against your throat, and like you can't talk right. It sounds like strenuous. That's what I feel like right now. I feel like me talking is like making my neck sore. It's really weird. I also don't feel like I sound like myself right now, and it's kind of throwing me off. But whatever, that's all internal. Yeah, I hate that feeling too. Alright, so right away I can tell you're throwing out Bang Bang Bang. That's a nice move because it throws out 3 fast projectiles and does a decent amount of damage and also builds a chunk of meter. The reason that move is bad is because it makes you committed to throwing out projectiles horizontally. So if your opponent wanted to jump over that, you're giving them a huge opportunity to close distance on you. As a Peacock player, you almost never want your opponent to close distance on you successfully. So only use Bang 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 if you confirmed that a move before that your opponent blocked it, or is getting hit by it. So like there, in that case, you use Standing Heavy Punch before Bang Bang Bang. If Standing Heavy Punch is blocked, then you can go into Bang Bang Bang. If it whiffs, then you don't want to go into Bang Bang Bang. If it hits, then obviously go into whatever you want. Alright, we almost got a B&B. I like that you're only using 1 hit of Crouching Medium Kick. That's good. Overcommitting to that does scale the damage like crazy. It is meaty though, so it can be nice, but there we go. I am happy that you're canceling after 1 hit though. That is super good. Lost track of where you are in the combo. If you don't know how the IPS system works, please check out Shoryuken. That has a good guide on it, but in general, if you just Google Skullgirls IPS, that'll tell you how it works. It does look pretty laggy, to be honest. I'll make a comment on that in a second. Yeah, if you don't know how IPS works or not sure how red sparks work, long story short, you can't start a chain with a button that you've already used before. If you're not quite sure what that means, then check out the Skullgirls tutorial, or just Google Skullgirls IPS. IPS stands for Infinite Protection System. In terms of lag, if you guys are suffering from a connection, a reminder that if you are playing a fighting game in general, you should be playing on Ethernet. You might think your Wi-Fi is godlike, but however, packets drop all the time. So don't use Wi-Fi, play on Ethernet. Make sure you are, what's it called, not downloading anything in the background, no one's watching Netflix in the house, or etc. Also, make sure you pause the stream before you play, because streaming does use up a lot of bandwidth. Zombie Racer has said that their internet has gone down for a bit. We'll give it a minute. You're at your family's house, so... Can't Ethernet. Why can't you Ethernet at your parents' home? Either way, I mean, these are all different things you can do to help improve your connection. Pausing the stream, playing on Ethernet. There's a pausing. There's one other thing. Not just the connection. Oh, GGPO settings. Make sure if you are playing, you set your appropriate GGPO settings. And what that means is the amount of frames of input delay you have, but it'll make the game run a lot smoother. You can do all sorts of things Skullgirls lets you choose. I recommend 1 per every 80 ping of... or 1 per every 80 ping. 1 per every 80 milliseconds of delay. Yes. What the fuck? I cannot think or talk straight today. So it begins! Okay. Ice's item drop. Standing heavy punch does autocorrect a little bit. So a quick thing about crouching light kick. Crouching light kick, you notice a giant boot comes out and sticks in front of your face. That is one of the best anti-air moves in the game because it's completely disjointed, I think, if I remember correctly, or just hits in a really nice region. Might not be completely disjointed, but I think it is. What you can do is use that to stop anyone from jumping in. However, if you want to get a hit confirmed with crouching light kick, that also means you need to bait people into jumping in, like that. So give them things to jump over. Shoots down. Now you're full screen. You got basic zoning patterns. You understand that you can cancel Georges into Georges. That's good. Okay. There's no reason to raw tag there, but that's fine. You had 2 meters, so what I recommend you should have done instead is done a super and then DHC into another super. You could have comboed into a beam super and then DHC'd into fireball super and you would have been fine. Alternatively, you could have canceled an Lenny and then DHC'd into BFF, I think. I think that works fine in that situation. Either way, don't just drop your combo in raw tag. There are situations where you can combo into a raw tag, but it's generally not important. I understand push blocking, good stuff. Quick fun fact about how push blocking affects projectiles in this game. If you push block while being hit by projectiles, it does, while you're blocking projectiles, all chip damage is red health. So, or maybe, is that all damage in general? All chip damage in general? It might be all chip damage in general while you're push blocking is red health, which means you can heal it back, hypothetically. Missing no, you know mechanics. Are you here? Help me out. I forget if it's just all chip damage is red health or just projectiles. I thought it was just projectiles. That sounds familiar. I'll stick to just projectiles. Calling out Drill Assist, not really making anything with it. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and point out the obvious. You guys need a B&B. So Skullgirls is an anime fighter. Most anime fighters in general, the best way to learn a character is by actually using all of their moves in the situations that they're meant for. So the best way to learn about how to use your moves in certain circumstances is to learn a B&B. It just gets you... it builds the muscle memory for all the moves that you're throwing out there, and also tells you kind of like what you're supposed to do after a certain move hits, because it kind of gives you that idea of like what chains and links into other things, etc., etc. So learning a B&B is really, really important. We recommend you learn a B&B before we can start talking about more advanced topics, just because it makes you more familiar with the character. If you, in Twitch chat, type !BNB, then it'll provide a link to the Skullgirls B&B Compendium on the Skullheart forums. There, it will not give you the most optimized combos, but it'll give you all the combos you really need to learn in order to be able to do, or in order to get familiar with the character. You can focus on optimal stuff later. To learn fundamentals, just learning spacing, learning the muscle memory you need for your character, learn from the B&B Compendium. And honestly, it's like good enough to last you for a while. Like the extra damage you get from optimal combos is not always worth it. Alright, so Potato Computer Man, you're playing, or I mean, I guess it's Eraser. Eraser! So, uh-oh, that's a lot of damage. That's hilarious. Oh, that sucks. That really, really sucks. Yeah, so pellets aren't piercing, so when they hit Lenny, it just pushes Lenny, it doesn't actually... Huh. That was interesting. Oh, they are piercing, but they were hitting... That was interesting. I'll worry about what happened there a little bit later. What I wanted to talk about is... damn, my brain's gone. Okay, yeah, so, you actually were in quite an advantageous situation. You just didn't take advantage of it, Eraser. So, even though you could have dashed away full screen after you were done comboing your opponent or whatever, what you should have done is you should have snapped them. If you combo into a snap, which is like the safest way to snap, you don't have to combo into a snap, but it's the best way to snap, you can heal about 66% of the red health that is on your character. As a solo, that is really, really important, because as a solo, you have no way of healing. Normally, characters heal by not being on point. And that means like they tagged out or DHC'd in somebody else. The fact that you don't have a way to heal red health is really, really bad. So you have to be snapping to take advantage of every little bit of extra health you can get. Interesting. Item drop 8 Airshow George. Okay. Sing. Okay, so now when your opponent is zoning, reminder that every character has lots of movement options in this game in general. This includes, what's it called? Like dash blocking, where you press 2 punch buttons and immediately hold block, so you're dashing while you're blocking. If you want more details on that, ask me later. Double jumping and things like that. But as Peacock, you also have character-specific movement, i.e. teleport. You shouldn't have to eat any of that zoning. You can just teleport to the other side as soon as your opponent committed to bang, bang, bang or anything like that. So this isn't super important at a beginner level. This kind of comes into play at an intermediate level, but I wanted to point out a quick thing. Trying to hit confirm with a grab is a little bit dangerous because it makes your character as tall as they can get, which means that they're extra vulnerable to instant overheads, A. And B, it's because grabs also scale your combo like crazy. So because grabs are so strong and so effective and so useful for certain situations, any combo you can get off of a grab is scaled to 55 or 50%, depending on if it's command grab or normal. Fireball, not making any hit confirms into a combo or anything like that. Yeah, you guys definitely just need to learn a B&B first. That's the first thing I would recommend to both of you. You guys just need to be more familiar with your characters in general. Once you're familiar with your characters, I can start talking about really cool things like resets and the way certain specific moves work and corner carries and things like that. But all of those are not important until you guys just have the muscle memory for your character. The general rule of thumb is you want to learn a B&B, and oh, TV Fish at least has one. Okay, you've seen it. They need to be consistent with it, so that's the next thing I was going to say. The general rule of thumb is you want to be able to do it 10 times in a row in training mode. If you can do it 10 times in a row in training mode, you're probably pretty comfortable with that combo. Until then, keep practicing it. Skullgirls is a grind. Well, I mean, fighting games are a grind, not just Skullgirls. Gotta practice. Got the counter hit. Caught him low. Good stuff. I can't emphasize that enough. I really like that you're only using one hit of crouching medium kick. That is something really important that you're starting to practice really early. Fireball there. Heavy kick. So something I'm noticing a lot is I'm seeing a lot of counter hits. Eraser, you're getting, well, both of you actually, it's not just Eraser. Both of you, there, like again, you saw 2 counter hits. Oh, there he goes again for Eraser. So when you see a broken heart appear above you, that means you've been counter hit. That means you tried to press a button when your opponent had an advantage and they were also pressing a button. Well, they don't necessarily have to have an advantage. They were pressing a button, you were pressing a button, you got hit. Therefore, that's a counter hit. Counter hits make the move that you got hit by do double damage. On top of that, they give your opponent more undizzy to let you do a longer combo. If you don't know how undizzy works, go play the tutorial. That's really, really important. Figure out how undizzy works and realize how valuable it is, because it can give your opponent like another 2 or 3 strings. It's crazy. All chip damage taken during push block is red health. Might be right. What about 1.5? Counter hit damage? Pretty sure counter hit is double damage. Skullgirls, Shoryuken. I used to know all these numbers by heart. What happened to me? Let me double check. Combos and damage. Damage. Counter hits. Red, blah, blah. It is 1.5. Okay. Thank you. I am upset that I didn't know that. Oh well. It is 1.5 damage. Okay. So you will do 50% extra damage. I'm really upset I don't remember these numbers. I should know all this. I have known all this. I used to know all this. And the lore. Two kinds of people. But yeah, I appreciate that, Lambda, though. It's just like, it makes me feel like dated, because I used to know all this information, and then like after a while it's just like, this isn't helping me. Knowing all these numbers wasn't helping me, so I just kind of started forgetting them. That's not important. What is important is you guys gotta stop being counter hit as often. Respect your opponent's turn, or respect your opponent's options. This is something that'll come into play in all fighting games, and especially when you're going forward. Also, you guys have already played 5 games, so you guys are done. But in general, going forward, remember, start watching your videos. Start recording while you're playing, and then going back and watching how often you guys are pressing buttons when your opponent had the advantage, when your opponent was clearly able to hit you before you can hit them. This will make a little bit more sense when we get into frame data, which won't happen until the intermediate bracket. But in general, you guys need to start respecting other players' options. Otherwise, you're going to get hit, and then you're going to die. So, block more. Long story short. That's the easiest answer I can give you. Block more. Don't press buttons willy-nilly. Learn your rear reversals if you're getting counter hit. Also, you could do that. You can also reversal, I guess. But that can also be baited out, so that's scary. It's better to learn to block first, and then looking for opportunities to reversal, because now if you're not blocking all the time, you kind of are learning gaps in your opponent's pressure. Alright. Let's see. Next up, we're going to jump right into the intermediate bracket. We got Dry Eyes versus Waka Waka. Waka Waka? Kaka? Waka Waka? It's Waka Waka, not Waka Waka. You're not playing SG if you're not reversing. I mean, true, there are 2 defensive options in this game. Down, back, and reversal. According to the Kenji themselves. Themselves? Whatever. Oh, push blocking is just blocking anyway. Push blocking is just literally blocking in 2 directions. Oh, I mean, push block, absolute guard is, I guess, blocking in 2 directions. Push block is just blocking and, anything. A standing light punch or reversal. No. And before you raise your hand, standing medium punch is not a reversal either. Alright. Waka Waka is ready to go. Change their name again. Why'd you put Waka Waka in the Steam thing and then... Ah, whatever. And Dry Eyes. Alright, let's go. Silver Cord is the best reversal. God. Dear God, no. Honestly, I'm more likely to use Silver Cord as a reversal than her actual DP. Her actual DP is hot garbage. Hey there, Ryan. We got 2 hits of standing medium punch. We got strings. We dropped. Okay. That is not okay. This is the intermediate bracket. You can't be dropping those. I spoke on the crouching light kick. You didn't actually commit to it, though. So here's the thing, like, you can buffer buttons. So Whenever you're throwing out crouching light kick, there's no reason you can't also press crouching medium punch. If you press it like at a proper timing, crouching medium punch will not come out unless crouching light kick hit. Because you can't cancel unless it's on hit. Okay. We're trying to wait out lag? Are we just walking backwards? What's happening? Looks like lag. Alright, we got the medium breast, got the corner combo, pick up with the DP. Oh my god! Oh my god, it's a full combo! Woohoo! Alright. Nice down back. I liked your patience, that was smart. Waka Waka went for an air grab read. Out. Tier pressures are nothing to deal with. Reminder, you don't have to be walking backwards to build a charge. You can just be holding down back. She doesn't have any full screen highs, right? Like, she's not going to be able to suddenly hit you overhead from full screen. Just hold down back so you're not giving up space. Here's the thing about Big Band. Big Band always wants to claim space. He likes to control space. He's very, very good and oppressive when your opponent doesn't have anywhere to go. Because of that, you want to increase the amount of space you're controlling, and that means not walking backwards. You want to down back instead. Build a charge by down backing, and then go forward. Interesting, the light brass. Light brass is -5, which means you can't. Right after light brass, you can go into light DP or anything, and if your opponent tries to punish you for blocking light brass, or after blocking light brass, they're fucked. Sucks. Waka Waka, because they are not until they. So this is like a Yomi thing. Until they tell you that, oh hey, if you block my light brass, I'm gonna fuck you up. I mean, I know that light brass wasn't blocked in that situation, but I'm still gonna elaborate on this. If they throw out light brass and you block it and they don't do anything after it, that's basically them inviting you to be able to punish them. They're -5, and yeah, you will be blocked, but it means you can start applying pressure. Really laggy. Yeah, okay. I was suspicious of it. As always, a reminder, please play on Ethernet, pause the stream, and also, what's it called? Make sure you set your appropriate GGPO settings. And if it's really, really, really bad, then ask for a split. We'll find 2 different opponents for you guys that are closer to your region, and we'll see if that works out. Okay. I think you messed up your route there. It looked different. Knockdown. Now you need to learn a mid-screen BNB. The Big Band's one of those characters where their mid-screen BNB doesn't work if they're too close to the corner. So Big Band's hard in that sense that you have to learn 2 combos for him before you can use him at all. I mean, he has... I shouldn't say that. He has mid-screens that'll work. They're just not great. Good option to reversal there. I'm not actually sure why you went for snipe in that situation, but that's okay. Confirmed into a kill.
Now you're playing with power.
Alright. So I said a handful of things with Dry Eyes about how to interact with the brass. Told Waka Waka the Yomi flowchart that happens depending on what they do after light brass. I'm gonna see what I can focus on from Waka Waka's standpoint. You did drop a combo against Band. That should never happen. The Parasol versus Band matchup is super favorable to you, so you gotta make sure you're taking advantage of every single hit you get. Nice symbol, blocked. Okay, punish the brass. Okay, see, so you gotta get a full count for that. After you should have done standing heavy punch, hit twice, and then gone into, what's it called? Light tier shot, heavy tier shot, sorry, not light tier shot. Heavy tier shot, then done a full combo. Like, you would have had a heavy counter hit, you would have done most of his life bar. Heavy brass, counter hit. So after Heavy Brass, you can SSJ for extra damage. When you have no... That would put you at 0 meter, which kind of sucks, except you have a good DP that you can do a full combo off of. So in that situation, I would have actually spent the meter, because after Heavy Brass hit and you did SSJ, then you would do a ton of damage, but then you'd have 0 meter. And when you have 0 meter and less meter than your opponent, you start building what's called Kara meter. And Kara meter is a mechanic where if you have no meter and you have meter less than your opponent, then you build bonus meter from just throwing out normals, and also your specials give you even more meter than they used to. Heavy Brass is super minus. So, okay, most characters can't punish M Brass because it's too far away. When you properly space it. Parasol is the only character that can punish it, I think, because her normals reach so stupidly far. Heavy Brass is always punishable by every character in the game. There's like no character who shouldn't be punishing Heavy Brass unless it's like a weird janky max distance interaction or something like that. In terms of Light Brass, no character can punish it because it's -5 on block. But the idea is it's now your turn. When it's -5, you're giving up your turn. But you could be tricky and throw out a DP afterwards, and that goes back to what I was saying during the first match. Alright, so charge buffering. Waka Waka to you too. You don't want to keep giving up space to Band. Like, Band is strongest when he's controlling and gaining space on you. You don't... When you're holding backwards to build a charge, you don't have to be moving backwards. You can hold down back. You could be doing a combo, and you can still hold back while you're doing the combo to be able to build that charge and build that buffer. Parasol is one of the only characters that can punish M. M can be punished under specific circumstances for most characters, but rarely can it always be punished. Parasol can always punish it. Land cancel? Nope, did not work out. Pick up with the OTG. Alright, so you went for a red burst bait there, which is fine, but be a little bit more consistent with it. If that was not on purpose, then that's not great. I would recommend checking out Penny's tutorial on Parasol, because that'll tell you things for days about like how to play Parasol in this matchup, I feel like. Parasol's a character that's always safe, and she's also always burst baiting. Just like everything she can do can go into a burst bait. I think she's the only character in the game that has an infinite burst bait combo. Nice conversion. Oh, one for a low reset. I respect that. This should kill. Maybe not, actually. Especially not with the combo you've been using. So I saw that after at the end of your block string, you went for a command light grab for Big Band. You went for it again. A thing you can do is that's better of a... So first of all, you can only convert off of it in the corner, because otherwise you need OTG and you can only do it in the corner. Another thing is you can't... I mean, I guess you can use an assist, but like you're playing solo. So a funny thing you can do to actually make that reset useful is after one hit of standing medium kick knocks him into the air. That's when you want to let them land and then go into Light Brass, because Light Brass is a ton of startup, right? So what they'll do is they'll get popped up into the air, they'll land cancel, and before they can press anything, they'll get grabbed by your command grab. Unless the only thing that they can do to beat that is like holding up, I guess like reversal pillar or something like that, but it has to be like super clutch, because no one's really expecting it. Also, maybe I'm crazy, but I don't think I've seen Waka Waka use Pillar even once. Good pokes, no conversion. Okay. Waka Waka, I think you need to be a little bit more familiar with the tools. A, you burnt 3 meter there when that was probably really important that you didn't waste that 3 meter there. But when you hit someone max distance or something like that, and you feel like you're not gonna be able to do much more, go into Bike Guy Super or something like that. When you go into Bike Guy Super, it at least buys you time. There's not much your opponent can do out of that situation. Sometimes it'll let you combo more, and other times it'll at least put them in block stun so you can keep making it your turn. When you have 3 meter like that, don't burn it on level 3 super unless you know it's gonna hit for sure. Some people are crazy and will throw it out just to like get that lucky kill, but it's not like a strategy. It's not something you should do. Peacock has an infinite burst bait setup? Show me it if you find it, because this is the first time I'm hearing about it. She might be able to do it with an assist, but most characters I think can do it with an assist. Oh, okay, just drop the conversion. Guess he didn't have OTG. So in that situation, you want to do Embrace. Reminder that Embrace has armor. While it is punishable on block, your opponent threw out tier. Pressure on them. Alright, Waka Waka, you're not DPing at all. You need to pillar more. There are lots of situations. Okay, so a DP stands for Dragon Punch. If you're not familiar with what DPs are in other fighting games, basically it's a move that has completely invulnerable startup. You know how you throw out a super sometimes when your opponent's hitting you, and then it like completely beats them out? Like that super ends up making you invulnerable to their attack, and then it hurts them, and then you get to do damage to them without getting hit, even though they were the ones attacking you. DPs are like that. DPs are like that, but they don't cost a meter. You have what's called Pillar, or what's it called? Spinning Bird Kick or something? It's the Chun-Li motion. You hold down, and then you tap up, and then Heavy Kick. When you do that, that lets you be completely invulnerable and reversal your opponent. A lot of your good combos make you use Pillar too, so you might want to look into that. Again, throwing out the level 3, that's risky. There we go, there's a red burst bait. I like that. We got baits. Actually, that might be a thing you want to look into, Dry Eyes. I don't think I've seen you do a burst bait yet. You go for a lot of low throw resets, which is good. It's a good place to start, but that might be the next thing you want to look into. Start looking into burst bait resets. So burst baits are interesting because they catch people who are pressing a lot of buttons. In the case of, remember how I was giving Parasol the advice to Pillar? Pillar is really, really good. Wait, SBK? SBK. He's literally Guile. Oh, is she? I don't. I mean, that explains, I guess, Sonic Boom. No, because, no. So the reason I say singing Birdcage is the end of that leaves you on the ground, right? Because, if I remember correctly, the flash kick that Guile uses as it leaves him in the air at the end, doesn't it? I don't know. I haven't played Street Fighter in a minute. Guile, flash, kick. Oh no. Yeah, I guess it is. Oh, it doesn't. It's not true. Hold on a second. Yeah, so the end of the active frame leaves him at peak height, which is why I don't want to compare it to flash kick. It makes more sense to call it singing bird kick because she stays loaded, basically grounded the entire animation. It's not literally true. Obviously, Chun-Li's helicopter flying, but it's more relatable. But I guess at least flash kick goes straight up. I don't know. Comparing it to either one of those DP is not really correct. The input's the same, though, either way. Fair. That's fair. That's a good point. So this is interesting because like Waka Waka, you have fundamentals that make me want to keep you in intermediate, but then there are also like tools you're not taking advantage of that make me want to say you might get better advice in beginner, just because I'd be focusing in intermediate. I'm going to be focusing on things like frame data and things like that, or like advanced resets, burst space, things of that nature, or how to use specific tools. In terms of learning fundamentals on when you should be throwing out reversals like pillar, when you should be using supers, not conserving your meter or conserving your meter and using it appropriately. That's more of a beginner thing. So you have, but you also know a full B&B, so you're comfortable enough muscle memory wise. That makes me want to, like, I'm debating where you should be. I'll leave the choice up to you. Ultimately, you can, obviously, this has always been true, you can choose what bracket you want to be in. But there are reasons for you to be in either one. Normally, for things like you're not using pillar enough and things like that, I want to leave that to beginner bracket area stuff. So I'll leave that choice to you. Alright, stop blocking. Yeah, you didn't even get counter hit, you just literally stopped blocking. I feel like you were like midway through a DP motion when you got hit or something like that? I don't know. Block, she can block, no punish. I mean, you can't, jumping medium punch is really dumb, that's fair. Decay, Robo does 0 damage, good blocks. Tried to go for a PBGC, did not work out. Reminder that your DP hits straight up. Also, you have Diamond Dynamo. You also have 4 meter. Reversaling once in a while is a-okay. So the thing is, like, I try to tell people not to throw out super all the time because it's a bad habit. Yeah, see, that's okay. See, now you know that Missing No baits that out. Now you have that information. That's valuable information. Reminder, you're playing 5 games. Spending a meter and taking, like, -2 damage from Robo to learn the information that Missing No's gonna try and bait out your reversal is super useful. Because now you know you gotta use things like Excelabella and things like that to bait out your opponent. Or just air grab in general, like just holding up and then mashing grab. Yeah, that sucks. I don't know how Philia low profiles tier. She might have to use like the crouching heavy kick. Hey there, Yo-Yo. Hey Yo-Yo, I'm losing my memory. I forgot that counter hits do 50% extra damage, not double. A sad panda. Oh yeah, Bella has a reflector. You should never be losing to projectiles. I like playing against zoning, but I might be weird like that. Because to me, it's either I get past it or I don't. So if I didn't get past it, I clearly fucked up somewhere. Nice cross under. That's like a classic Valentine reset robot. Now's a good time as ever to get practice against it. Crouching heavy punch did not autocorrect in the right direction. Threw it out a little too early. Okay. I'm actually surprised that raw attack did not work. Okay, so you went for PBGC crouching light kick. You should have gone for, in that specific situation, PBGC Excelabella. In general, you wouldn't know. If you didn't have the details about the super not working, and I would have mashed out a super, PBGC super. PBGC crouching light kick is like a... any sort of light. PBGC any sort of light is like a really risky thing to do. It's like one of those things where it's like, I have a hard read that this person is going to be jabbable after this situation. Or after I'm done push block guard canceling. Remember that push block puts you in 25 frames of block stun. So for the next 25 frames plus hit stop, you're going to be just stuck there in that animation. And you need to time something about what's going to happen 25 frames from that moment. So you want to pick very specific moments to PBGC. And you also want to have a plan ready based on what you think your opponent's going to do 25 frames from that moment. And that doesn't mean on-the-fly thinking. It means, like, that reflex. So, for example, if you know your opponent always does a 6-hit block string or something like that, then maybe start push blocking on the 4th hit, and then by the time they're done with their 6th hit, that's when you'll PBGC and you can press any button you want to counter hit. Oh, hell yeah. Go for that damage. You can't DHC. That sucks. Because Philia is dead. What's the incoming? Okay, just let him land. Alright. Yeah, you got the reversal. Make that statement. That's what people in the industry call commitment. You commit to mashing. Now Missing No's gonna try and bait out the next one. See, there you go. Missing No tried to bait out another one in that situation, so it's really smart not to reversal in that situation. He's kind of jumped up and expecting you to throw it out. Got the American... Well, I mean, it's not really American. It was technically a 50-50. Lock and load. Nice! In general, try to cancel that earlier. So, generally what happens is people like to cancel lock and load before it finishes because there's plenty of time before it finishes to cancel into a super. You can also use that moment to, like, guesstimate, should I be reversing in this situation or should I not be reversing? Missing No's upset. Racer, when you say nice on, I just remember, like, Mario Golf just being like, nice on! Jumping medium kick Y. Oh, was that supposed to hit them when they, like, lift lock and load? That explains a lot, I guess. I mean, I don't even think he should be going for mix-ups. I don't think he should be going for high-lows, left-rights, or anything like that. I think he should be going for low throws at best. Like, he needs to grab a lot more. Missing No, A, is a very patient player. B, Robot has made the statement that he's willing to mash. That means Missing No is going to be trying to bait things out and get ready to block and punish, which means you have given Missing No so much reason to block. Also, it's in his nature to block. Just grab him. Like, I would have canceled the lock and load into a 360, not actually a, what's it called? Diamond Dynamo, like he did last game. You do 0 damage at maximum 1 dizzy. And you didn't DHC. Okay. And we got a raw tag. You should not have done that. You should have Gregored or up to supered and then DHC'd out. I mean, obviously Bella doesn't have a safe DHC in, so it's not the worst decision because you saved 3 meter. But you could have gone to level 3, and Bella's level 3 is safe, even on block, even on push block. Even on push block guard cancel. Bella's dumb. Bella's dumb, don't play her honestly, she's not supposed to. God, I miss this game. The more I watch you guys play, the more I'm just like, God, I miss this. Okay. I'll pick up off the OTG, should be able to kill unless you drop that link, but there was lag, so I don't blame you. Gregor reversal, that would have been nice if you could DHC into something, but you can't. That sucks. Yeah. Well won by Missing No. Let's see. I mean, Missing No, in case it's not obvious, I'm, like, not directly giving you advice, but I'm also telling you exactly what to do because I'm telling him the things you're doing that he can take advantage of. So you need to stop doing the things that he can take advantage of. For example, it was nice of you to, like, bait out the thing, but you have pillar assist. Until the end of the 3rd game, you didn't actually use it. There are plenty of left-right setups you can do while making it safe with pillar, or, like, using, what's it called, safe jump setups and things like that. So I know you're trying to bait out reversals, but you don't have to just dash up and jump block. Like, there are plenty of things you can do that will keep you in an advantageous state and still bait out your opponent's reversal. You don't have to block. This is Skullgirls. If you find yourself blocking, you're doing it wrong. I can't believe crouching heavy punch hit there. That's kind of funny. Got the low. There we go. I mean, you still ended up blocking, which kind of sucks. but the idea was there. Oh yeah. I mean, the best performance I saw out of Missing No in any one of the B grade tournaments was when he jumped forward at round start for like 3 games in a row, maybe 5 games in a row. It was crazy. He like was really aggressive those games. It was fantastic. Okay, jumping medium punch was fun in the game. Woo. So jumping medium punch was the right thing to do. That's the best anti-air to air, and also it's like okay air to ground. Robo Fortune specifically likes to just be in the air a lot because jumping medium punch hit confirms into everything. It's the god button. Single-handedly, it is the best normal in the game. Oh, okay. Missing No, you gotta push block that. There's no circumstance where not push blocking that is a good thing. Unless you're positive he's going for some sort of weird unblockable setup, like which cannot happen out of that, I think. Like nothing I think of is a true unblockable setup out of that situation. There's no reason not to push block. I'm guessing you just failed to input it. You already know that. What was that not reset?
Gentlemen and ladies, it's showtime! Stand by.
Let's see. Ninja flipping the air. Win that air to air did not convert. Tried to. A little too late. That one I understand because you don't want to air dash cancel unless it hits. That's rough. You know this better than I do, both Yo-Yo and Missing No. Is that a good air to air? Or jumping hard kick? Because it looks like it's good as a button in isolation, but when it comes to her converting after that, it looks really, really bad. Good DHC. Smart use of 1 meter instead of 2. Wow, that gets you a full combo. Is that the best way to convert Missing No? Using, was it standing medium punch or whatever? Like the... Because that is a multi-hit. It's a good spacing tool, but it's prone to getting stuffed by a faster button. Oh, okay. So you use it when you're trying to build space, not when you're trying to, like, win air-to-air against your opponent. Rough. At some point or another, Robo... Or not Robo, god, I'm doing it again. Robot. At some point or another, you have to have predicted that when he was going to go for a low beam. In that situation, you should have gone for level 3. I know you at least tried Reflector. So here's why going for a level 3 instead would have been better. Especially when you have 5 meter. Because either they're baiting it, either they're baiting your Reflector, in which case you can throw out a level 3 and they're forced to block it, that sucks. Alternatively, they... what's it called? They do shoot out a beam, you armor through it, and then you hit them with level 3 and get a full combo. Reminder that you're plus after level 3. Like, it's stupid. It's a really stupid super. So, after that, you have time to close in and build some space. And yeah, it sucks that you dumped 3 meter to approach your opponent, but that is an option. And in that specific situation, it would have worked out. It also helps the fact that, I mean, like, you don't have a level 5. You just might as well use 3 meter. You still have 2 more meter to do dumb shit afterwards. If you don't know how to deal with Val, use Excalibella more. Not Excalibella. Wait. Yes, Excalibur. It's an anti-air-gram, and it beats out your opponent really, really hard. You also started using DP and reversal super a lot more when your opponent was in the air. That is the right start. Like, that is what you want to be doing. Ideally, you want to do it when Pillar is on cooldown, so you're not getting completely destroyed because of that. But your opponent can't really call assist when they're in the air. So if you see him jumping up a lot, like, Yo-Yo's right, you just want to convince her to stay out of the air. And the way you do that is you punish her for being in the air and trying to press buttons. If he tries to cross-up reversal you on the ground, input DP. DP will autocorrect, make you invulnerable, and hit them, and it'll fuck them up. You use Excalibur, because if they're on the ground and they're trying to jump up. Like, there's, like, specific situations when to be using these things. How do you sign up for Saturday practices? Well, I'm glad you asked, Ryan. What you do is if you type !get great, it takes you to, and also our Twitter, it'll take you to all the places where we post signups. We post signups at the end of the stream or sometimes after a couple of days, and a link goes out to a Google Docs form where you can sign up. The easiest thing you can do is also just join our Discord, like Missing No was talking about. If you join our Discord, I send out a notification as soon as I'm done setting up the announcements. But if you follow the Twitter, like, that works too. Or if you subscribe to the Skullheart forum, then you'll get an email every time I post out signups and things like that. We also send a matchup. We also post matchups on all these places also. So when we post matchups, that's another notification, or at least a reminder, like, hey, you're signed up to participate. Don't forget. You don't have to really smother her. I mean, I guess it depends on the matchup. There are a lot of matchups where Val is never overwhelming enough where you have to just immediately keep on applying pressure. For example, there's a lot of characters, including Val, who like to get that sliding knockdown and start building up tools to, like, get the kill on the next hit confirm. Another character that does that is Squiggly. Squiggly likes not necessarily to constantly smother people, even though that's what most players do. They can let up the pressure after a sliding knockdown or a hard knockdown of any other sort, like a crumple, and start building up charges to, you know, have a resource and 2 charges. And if you have a resource and 2 charges and you're a certain space away from your opponent's character, you're the best character in the game. You just win neutral automatically. In that situation, or to get to that situation, you don't actually have to smother Val. In fact, it's smarter not to smother Val. There are certain characters you do absolutely need to smother. Peacock is one of them. Do not let Peacock ever have a chance to breathe. It's not like she has a good reversal to get out of any sort of pressure anyways. Just screw her up. Other thing is, like, especially when Val's in neutral, Val can only really do one thing. Throw out shurikens and occasionally bypass and hope they don't get fucked up. Unfortunately, that's really all she can do. If you watch Outlaw Spike play, there are certain things that he'll try to do that only work in certain matchups. And a common thing is he'll air bypass up to you, and then he'll throw out scalpels, and then throw out another scalpels when he falls a little bit to, like, make his landing relatively safe. Val can only do that when she has a couple meter, and she can only do that against certain characters because, for example, all that loses to SPO. Problem is, Missing No teams he'll win eventually with the HP assist. That is true, but in that specific situation, what I would do is if I'm hitting Valentine, I would snap out Robo and then stuff Robo. Because Robo is a character, yes, you do stuff her. You do not want her to pop out anywhere. And again, just like Peacock, even more than Peacock, what is she going to do to get out? What's her reversal? Like, was it level 3 and then DHC? That instantly costs 4 meter. Is it too late for today? Yeah, we usually ask you to sign up a few days in advance. At least a few days in advance. If you still want to hop in here and someone else wants to fight you, like, that'd be kind of cool. There's like a high beginner or low intermediate player who wants to play against Ryan. Please feel free to sign up. Well, actually, Ryan had a pretty solid double. I don't remember. Maybe low to mid intermediate? I don't actually know what skill level he falls under. I haven't seen him play in a minute. I don't think Dry Eyes is still here. Who would be a good opponent? Let me see who's here. Oh, Dry Eyes is still here. We could have you fight Dry Eyes. But throwing you into a big band is kind of mean. Wakalaka's not here, are they? Yeah, they're not here anymore. Yeah, I guess Dryas is the best matchup out of everyone. Yo, I don't. I mean, you're on SG break because yeah, I'm on SG break for lots of reasons, but I'm thinking about cleaning up and then coming back to Skullgirls fast, just because I'm realizing how much I'm forgetting, and I don't like that. You would fight just to get more like learning because you need to learn combos with Peacock. Yeah. Dry DNA will play. Okay, so Ryan and Dry DNA, if you guys want to pop in here, go ahead and fight. I will be back in about I don't know 5 minutes. But until then, you can go ahead and play on stream.
Break a leg out there. be right back after these messages.
There is of the most real.
Who will be our star tonight? Fight!
Alright, what'd I miss? Oh, almost got a kill. Could've canceled him to literally anything that would've killed. You do have the meter advantage, though. Yeah, I want to see how you use this. Smart to space out with that move, not against Band. And can A-Train or H-Brass, evidently. That wasn't even an H-Brass, I think it was just an M-Brass. That still beat you.
We'll be right back after these messages.
Yo coming in with the learn slide combos because they do more damage. They're also universal. They're also universal? Oh, they're less corner carry. Okay. I guess they do burn OTG right away. Hey, Penny! I miss you. It's going alright. It's over. We just got 2 extra people who wanted to play, and I'm like, why not? We got time. Press, drops the pickup. Yeah, so that link is tight. It's universal, but it's really tight. If you want to practice making crouching medium kick hit, set the lab robot to tech on landing, like always tech forward or always tech backwards, something like that, and then practice that link against double. Link is super hard on double. Conversion, you actually want to use DP there if you still have sound stun. I wasn't keeping track if you had sound stun or not. Reminder that all armors can be beaten by sweeps. Slide does count as a sweep. It sucks. Could have at least gotten HA train off of that. Would have done a lot more technically. Ryan, you gotta block more. You are getting hit by really, really slow moves. And there's like, it kind of ties back to what I was saying a little bit earlier, where you were throwing out the jumping hard punch and it doesn't work on band. A lot of your main approach tools will not work on band. A lot of your main neutral will not work on band. Not used to this pace. What do you mean not used to this pace? Not quite sure what that means. Yeah, of course you need to. I'm still going to tell you things. It's up to you if you want to use it or not. That's the whole point of the stream. Tekken 7 isn't as fast-paced compared to Skullgirls. Yeah. Skullgirls is incredibly fast. Most anime fighters are really, really fast. Have you been playing since then, Penny, or no? Am I going to be just as bad? I'm actually going to be more bad because I don't remember my buttons. But I'd probably lab it for like 30 minutes and be able to play you again. I also have to play Kenji. I haven't been playing fighting games in general. You can pretend. No, keep pretending. Don't play it actually, because I want to fight when we're both weak. But nonetheless, I need to wait for like... I need you to wait for like a few more days? There's a lot of things I gotta organize. How many games was that? 3? You guys can play a couple more. If you want to join the call, I'm in the Discord, by the way. Just saying. And I'm only gonna be here for like 2 more games, but still. Talk more and try different combos. Well, it's more than that, okay? So if you want to trivialize, yeah, that's basically what we're saying. But allow me to elaborate a little bit more, and I'm trying to elaborate while you're playing as well. There are a lot of situations where you're pressing buttons against Ban when you're not safe to do so. Ban threats a huge part of the screen with his buttons. In those situations, jumping in with Jumping Hard Punch is not a safe thing to do because any full screen special that Ban has can hit you and then put you into a sliding knockdown, which lets Ban play Oki. If like in that situation, Fugazi Knuckle was not the right way to punish that. When you block H-Brass, like that was a smart thing to do. You did the right thing. You blocked H-Brass, but after that, like, yeah, you blocked, punish. I don't know how standing light punch is blocked. You should press faster. Kung Fu Girl is one of the best drinks I've ever had. It is really, really good. It's like a... It's an interesting... Yeah, it's a rice wine. It's kind of more of a champagne. I think the first time me and Penny bought it, it was just because it looked really dumb and it was there. We're like, well, alright, I guess this is what we're drinking. We drank it and then it was really good. Yeah, it's like sparkling rice wine, basically.
Player 1 wins.
Walmart brand sake, if you want to trivialize it. That last game, I was seeing a lot more, like, you respecting the brass, blocking it, and then trying to punish it. Like, that is the right mentality. That is the right thing to do. Can we talk off stream? Probably not today. In fact, I'm probably not talking with anybody off stream, just because I got so much I gotta do.
I got myself a gunslinger, copycat.
Nobody blink.
I got family visiting tomorrow, and I need to burn my house down. HTTP. Oh, reset. Reminder that Light Bomb is your DP. So if your opponent... so that was a tricky situation when, a few moments ago, when Ban, like, brought you to the ground and then went for a very slow low, and that low reset you, and it got you hit. You were standing blocking. In that situation, the mix-up is... what's it called? Low or throw. They might go for a low, they might go for a throw. Both of those lose to light DP from double. So use Light Bomber, and that'll get you out of that situation. You just gotta time it right so you're pressing it just as you're landing. So when you touch the ground, you'll instantly go into a Light Bomber. It will beat the low, and it'll let you go into full combo if you cancel that into Monster. And if you're not used to double jargon, then join the beginner bracket. I can talk about all of that in more detail there. Dash and then punish level 3 if you block it. Really? With what? I would assume you can punish it with car. But level 3, if you're like half a screen away, I don't know if you can dash up and do a thing. Don't watch the stream because it's hard to hear and fight. Oh yeah, you're not supposed to hear and fight. You're supposed to pause the stream and listen to the advice afterwards. Which level 3? Big Band's level 3. When you're half a screen apart from Big Band level 3, and you block it, oh, you can slide. Yeah, that's true. I guess if slide's gonna reach, you can slide. You can dash up, crouching hard punch for heavy counter hit. I don't know if that reaches, but I guess you could try. I feel like Big Band's level 3 isn't that much recovery. Oh yeah! I totally forgot about that. Yo, Penny, the beginning was pretty great. TB Fish had this amazing match where they went into Lenny into Argue Super, but after their opponent Lenny'd right in their face. So the beam carried the Lennys a little bit further, and then the pellets got eaten up by the opponent's Lenny, which caused both Lennys to explode in TB Fish's face. It was fantastic. Yeah, I'll upload the VOD immediately after this is done. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for Skullgirls Get Great. The VOD will be going up in just a moment. If you guys want to sign up, signups will be out soon. Make sure you sign up in advance, as the only way I can guarantee we'll have a slot for you on stream. If you are just here for the tournaments, then join us on Wednesday evenings, where we host a Skullgirls tournament with classic rules, double elimination, best 3 of 5 all the way through, etc., etc. Next week is week 2 of the tournament, if I remember correctly. And of course, the first 3 weeks build up speeding points. The fourth week of the month has prize money on the line. Go ahead and sign up for that. This is a fun time. Yeah, I'll see you guys around. Hopefully see you all next week. Sign up. Have a nice weekend.